Yo, what's up, guys? So is now a good time to quit, or is it a bad time? Someone is curious about this question, so I'm gonna try to give you guys my own personal thoughts on it, so let's go ahead and jump in. So the title of this thread says, am I crazy for quitting now? He says that he wants to quit and just play guitar and read books for a few months. Says he's has some savings, but his job sucks. He is a non-SWE. I'm curious what it is. And he hates it. He can't stand it. But he's also terrified that it'll be hard to find a new job in this crazy market. He says that he can survive for 2 years without work on his rainy day fund, but it's still scary. What should you do? And it also says here that he works for Google, but he's in a non-tech role. Yeah, man. Not knowing his situation, whether he's got dependents or a family to take care of. Let's just assume for the sake of argument that it's just himself and that he's got 2 years of a rainy day fund that he can live off of. Guys, most recessions don't last that long, and assuming you're a young person in your 20s or even your 30s and you really want to do something else, you said that you want to read books and you want to play guitar. By the way, there's nothing wrong with doing those things on the side. And if you have a stable job already in this market, my initial thought would be to continue to keep that job and put in sort of the bare minimum to get by, where you're not going to get fired or get laid off, and continue to spend your time on your hobbies. I know most companies are starting to ask people to come back to the office slowly, but you probably can still work from home a couple days. So, in between your meetings or after the workday is finished, you'll still have several hours a day to play guitar and read books. So there shouldn't be any impact there. But you also say that you hate your job. Why do you hate your job? Is it your boss? Is it the type of work that you're doing? Maybe consider switching and pivoting into a new role. If you're working at Google, I mean, come on, guys. Google has one of the best perks and benefits in the industry, bar none. And to throw that all away, especially in this uncertain economy, may not be the smartest idea. Now, the question is, even if you did quit, what are you going to do with all this free time? Are you really going to be playing guitar and reading books 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day? Most people who do things on a consistent basis, if you overdo it, you're going to get bored of it. You can get tired of it. I know for me too, I used to play a lot of video games growing up, and I was thinking to myself, man, maybe I should turn this into a career. Maybe I should just become a streamer full time. But even if you play games for a long time, you're gonna get tired of it. I think as human beings, we crave diversity, we crave variety, and we also want to be challenged, and we want to be in a role that's going to push us and give us new opportunities. And so maybe this is an opportunity for you to find something else. Maybe find a new team within the company. I know Google and a lot of other companies aren't really hiring these days. Maybe there's just not many opportunities within your current team or even within the org that you're in. But that's probably where I would start first. Really exhaust all your options and look internally for a new opportunity and try to pivot to a role that's going to give you a new challenge. That's going to give you a new zest for work. And if you really can't find anything, and if you really hate your job and you just absolutely want to do something else, and you have a plan for what you're going to be doing on a daily basis and not just reading and playing guitar, then consider that option too. I've always had a dream of traveling and documenting my life and exploring national parks around the US, because there's so many that I haven't been to. I've been to like Yosemite, but I haven't been to Banff National Park. I haven't been to what's that national park in Wyoming, Yellowstone. So if you have a plan and you have a very clear vision of what you want to accomplish in the next couple months, because if you do quit your job, being in a non-tech role, you have to also take that into consideration, that there's going to be just a ton of talent competing for every opportunity out there. So if you're okay with that and you are confident that you can sustain yourself for the next 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is, then it might be worth the risk. And you never know, you might be able to discover new things about yourself. You might be able to find a lifelong calling that is completely outside of tech, and you might be much happier. You might make more money. So make sure to plan this out. I know a lot of you guys are out there and you have dreams of doing something completely different, and it's great to dream, but it's also great to have a plan of what you want to accomplish and why. And so I would recommend to this OP and for everyone else who is considering that, to make sure that you've done your due diligence, make sure that you have a plan, and you also have sort of a contingency if things don't work out the way you intend, how you're going to sustain yourself and your family. Anyways, guys, that's my advice for this OP. For those of you guys who are in a similar situation, hopefully this video was helpful, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.